Hey guys, it's Joe Brenzel with the City of Lexington, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about geocaching. Geocaching is a fun, outworld adventure scavenger hunt that you can do anywhere in the world, and there's over 2,000 geocaches hidden here in Lexington. Chances are that the park by your house has a geocache, and you just haven't found it yet. All you need to do to get started is to have a smartphone that has GPS. I'm going to walk you through how to do it and all the tips and tricks here, and hopefully you can get out this spring and find some of the geocaches that we hid. The city personally hid some that we hope you can go out and find. So more on that in a second, but right now I'm going to start by telling you what is a geocache. A geocache is usually a box. It can be a big box, something big and bright, hidden, or it can be something smaller like a tube or a film canister. So it can be a very range of sizes. They're hidden all throughout the city, and people put the GPS coordinates onto the geocaching app for anyone to come find. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through that real quick. I'm going to walk through how to do that here on the phone. Okay, so the geocaching.com app is this green app you can see here. It's free to download from the App Store for any mobile device. There is a premium version, but there's plenty to find for the free version to start, and we recommend just using it at the basic level. So once you've downloaded the geocaching.com app, create an account to sign in, and you should be able to pull up a map that looks just like this. You can see we're here in Woodland Park, and there's a ton of geocaches of different types all around us here on this map. The closest one would be, and it's already selected for us, is this Holly Jolly geocache, which is 0.3 miles away from us, which we could go to and find really quickly. However, if you want to search for one of our geocaches, the easiest way to do that would be to type in the geocache by its code, which always starts with GC. So a recent one that I just looked at was Water Quality Oasis, which is GC 8B GYX. This is one of the 12 that we hid that are water quality themed throughout Lexington. Now, when looking at this page, there's three things we really have to there's a bunch of things we really have to pay attention to before we set out to start looking for them. For example, the difficulty, the ones that are stormwater themed that were hidden by our team are easy to find usually, and we want people of all ages and all abilities to try to be able to find them as easily as possible. So there's 1.5 difficulty, 1 for terrain, and then size. It's a small size, but not the smallest size possible. So that's always good to know what size canister you're looking for. And then I always tell everyone, read the description. The description will have a lot of information like where to park or the hours available or other things such as, is it handicap accessible, or even just little hints, or even just little things in the descriptions that can be hints. For example, this one, so we don't have to read it, but this at the bottom here it says this is a park and grab cache. It should be only found during daylight hours. So that's good to know. And then we look at the activity. It looks like someone found it recently, and then it's also been restocked with those buttons that are those collectible buttons that we've put in each of them. So it's still there. It's been restocked recently, so we know it's good to go. So if we're looking for this cache, we've seen that there's recent activities. If you see one with a bunch of didn't finds, chances are it's probably been missing or moved or lost. So don't always be sure to read the log or the activity log before setting out, because you don't want to go and set out for a trip on a cache that hasn't been found in months or weeks. And then if you get really stuck, there's a hint, and I would only use the hint if you really need it and you get really stuck, as well as other attributes such as stroller accessible, park and grab, recommended for tourists, recommended for kids. So always look at those as well. Now we're going to navigate to it, You can see here it draws us a straight line from where we are at Woodland Park to, it's over here by McConnell Springs, to McConnell Springs. And you can use that straight line, and as I turn my phone, you can turn it. You can use the straight line to help guide you to where it is, or you can use Google Maps and it'll take you to Google Maps to get you close. Sometimes Google Maps will route you on the wrong street that'll get you closer, but you're actually, like for the one in McConnell Springs, it'll actually route you to the neighborhood to get you closer, but there's no way to get across the railroad tracks. So always look for parking information or parking description when using the Google Map, when like switching over to Google Maps, because it'll try to get you as close as it can to the geocache, but sometimes it's not always the right spot to park. And then when you get really close, you can use this fun thing at the top, which is this button at the very top, which gives you an arrow which will point you and the direction when you need to go. So when this gets down to about 10-15 feet, you can add your correction, which is plus 16. So if I get it down to about 10 feet, I would add 10 to the correction at the bottom here, which says plus or minus 16. So 26 feet, and I would look in a 26-foot circle from where I'm standing. Any accurate than that, you're just going to have to start. Looking, and if it was super accurate, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be challenging. So now that I'm facing towards McConnell Springs, I can use this when I get really close to help guide me directly to the geocache. And again, those are these two buttons up at the top, the car symbol and then the arrow symbol as well. Then once you've completed the cache, you can log it. You can log it as found and write a note. When we go back to the log here, see what other people have said. TFTF stands for thanks for the find, or if you sometimes see TFTC, that means thanks for the cache. So those are some abbreviations some of the abbreviations that people use when logging them. A lot of different things that can happen, and I'm sure you'll learn more as you explore and do different caches. All right, that is how you use the app. Good luck, everyone. We're going to go find this holy moly, holly jolly geocache nearby after this. All right, guys, now that we have our geocache entered and selected, we're going to try to walk and find it. I have one selected here on my phone, and it's navigating me towards the right direction. As I'm walking, I'm aware of my surroundings until we get about within 10 feet, till it says we're within 10 feet of the geocache. Then I put my phone down, I look around, and I try to find whatever the geocache is. So if you look here, you'll notice in this one, and I've already found it, we have one of the larger geocaches. They can come in any size, and I showed you the smaller ones later. The smaller ones are more common, but this is one of our large ones that we've hidden. And inside, there's trinkets and tokens. For example, ours have buttons in them, as well as a logbook to sign. So when you sign the logbook, so they know you were here, take a trinket, leave a trinket, and put it back where you found it.